Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the significance of Eid in Islam. We've got some really fascinating source material here, all about the meaning and importance of these celebrations.
Absolutely, it should be interesting.
Our goal today is to help you guys really understand those central tenets and values that are kind of embodied by these holidays. So, yeah, let's jump right in.
Sounds good.
So when we talk about Eid, it's important to understand we're actually talking about two major celebrations in Islam, right?
That's right. We're talking about both Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, both incredibly significant and offering unique perspectives on the faith.
Okay, so let's start with Eid al-Fitr. For those who don't know, when does this one usually fall?
Eid al-Fitr, it marks the end of Ramadan, the month of fasting.
Right, of course.
And the reason for this celebration, is a profound expression of gratitude, giving thanks to Allah for the strength and guidance throughout the month.
I see. So it's kind of like a big thank you after a month of fasting and reflection.
That makes sense. And I know our sources also mention that it's sometimes called Mithi Eid or Sweet Eid. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, Mithi Eid. Yeah, it's a lovely name, and it speaks to the tradition of preparing and sharing all sorts of delicious sweets. Things like Savian are very popular during this time.
So it's a celebration that really engages all the senses then.
Absolutely. It's a joyful and tangible expression of the happiness and gratitude of the occasion.
That's really beautiful. Now, beyond the delicious food and the festivities, what are some of the core values that Eid al-Fitr emphasizes?
At its heart, Eid al-Fitr is all about strengthening the bonds of brotherhood, promoting love and care within the community, and really emphasizing the importance of charity. This is where the practice of zakat, the giving of alms to those in need, becomes especially important.
So it's a time to kind of reflect on those less fortunate and help those in need.
Exactly. It's a reminder of our responsibility to care for each other, especially during times of celebration.
That's a really powerful message. Okay, so now let's move on to the second major Eid, Eid al-Adha, sometimes called Bakrid. What's the focus of the celebration?
Eid al-Adha shifts our focus to the themes of sacrifice and devotion. You see, it commemorates the story of Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son as an act of obedience to God.
Right, a very powerful and moving story. And of course, we can't talk about Eid al-Adha without mentioning the ritual sacrifice of animals. Could you maybe elaborate on that?
Sure. On this day, Muslims who have the means will often sacrifice an animal, a goat, a sheep, or even a camel. But the key here is that it's not just about the physical act. It's about the deeper meaning, about submitting to God's will and demonstrating your devotion. The meat from the sacrifice is then shared, with a portion going to the poor and needy, some kept for family and some shared with friends and neighbors.
So it's a really tangible act of generosity and sharing, right?
Precisely. It's a way of ensuring that everyone can partake in the celebration and enjoy a hearty meal.
Right. Now, taking both of these celebrations into account, what would you say is the overall message they convey, the common thread that binds them together?
That's a really great question. I think both Eids work together to cultivate these essential values: brotherhood, compassion, sacrifice, and unity.
And we see those values expressed in all the practices associated with Eid, right? Like the greetings, the sharing of food, and the acts of charity.
Absolutely. These are all outward expressions of the inward transformation and spiritual growth that the celebrations aim to inspire.
So Eid is clearly more than just a religious holiday. Would you say it's more of a cultural touchstone, even a way of life?
I think that's a great way to put it. Eid embodies a way of living, of connecting with one another, and of expressing our deepest values.
It seems like it's really about celebrating those connections, those bonds, and the strength of community.
Exactly. And I think it offers a valuable lesson for everyone, regardless of their faith or background.
Right, everyone can find some resonance in those ideas. Okay, so just to recap for our listeners, we talked about Eid al-Fitr, the joyous celebration after Ramadan, filled with gratitude, charity, brotherhood, and of course, delicious sweets.
Delicious.
And we also discussed Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice, reminding us of Prophet Ibrahim's devotion and emphasizing compassion through the sharing of the sacrifice.
Yes, two sides of the same coin in a way.
Exactly. And both Eids really highlighting the vital importance of unity and supporting one another within the community. But now, here's a final thought for you all to ponder.
I'm listening.
How do these principles, brotherhood, compassion, sacrifice, and unity, resonate beyond the Muslim community? How do they connect with other cultures and belief systems around the world? What echoes do you find?
That's a great question to consider.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the significance of Eid. It's been a fascinating journey, and we hope you've gained a deeper understanding of these beautiful and meaningful celebrations.
Until next time.